3, 2, 1.
You know what I feel like doing?
What?
I feel like kicking back, relaxing, getting comfy. Welcome to the Get Comfy Game Break. I'm your host, Kalo, as always, here to give you the lowdown on all things gaming. And I'm joined by my co-host.
DJ Wildfire. What's up, everybody?
And our special guest for a few weeks here on the Get Comfy podcast.
It's your boy, JVR.
And are you going to say hello or are you not?
Hi.
Wow.
It's Sunny.
She was on a few Get Comfy podcasts, and she decided to just sit in on a few of our game breaks, so to speak. But you know what? We're not focusing here on the present, because who does that? We're focusing about the future here. We want to know what's going on here, especially with next generation consoles. We have a few iterations of the Xbox supposedly coming out. Our resident PlayStation guy over there, DJ Wildfire.
Oh, yeah.
So there's one PlayStation coming out, or is there multiple? Or are we doing this multiple console thing?
I think it's just one.
Wow. Our company cares about us.
I really don't know.
We're going to get
honestly.
multiple versions.
I really don't know because I haven't looked into it.
Man.
But I heard it's going to be nice. I really don't.
He's a fake fan. You didn't hear that. But this podcast, we want to talk about features we want on next generation consoles because it's all about us, what we want. We don't care about other people.
That's true.
Wow.
I don't care about you.
That's
Jeez.
true, too.
It'd be like that.
It's only her. She doesn't like anybody.
I'm kidding.
It'd be like that.
No, she's not. She's not kidding.
She's
I
not.
just proposed to you.
She full sent it.
Full scent. But I'm going to tee off on what I want from the Xbox side of things, because we all have different variations of the consoles.
Yes, but we have the better
Xbox, yeah, shut up. Xbox, PlayStation.
You said yeah.
No, I
You
said
said,
shut
oh,
up.
well, yeah, shut
Xbox
up.
Gang, Green Nation.
Yes,
I just made
100%.
that up.
100%. So for the next generation Xbox, I want a console that allows me to play games throughout time of Xbox. I want to go all the way back to the oldest Xbox here, which Xbox One already does that kind of, but I want the full library. I want every single game because there's games I missed playing and there's games I just want on my console ready to go. And I think Game Pass is going to start integrating that more as time goes on because Game Pass is very fragile now at its young state. There's like 50 games or so on there that I'm not really that interested in, but once they start adding old titles and maybe some new ones, it's going to become a good service. So that's one of my key features I want on the console. I'm going to pass it off to DJ Wildfire because he's our PlayStation guy.
Oh, yeah.
So what would you like to see in the new PlayStation 5?
I would like to see backwards compatible for, like, everything. So it's like PS1, PS2, PS3, PS4, all that kind of stuff. But I think they do have backwards compatible, but I think it's just for PS4 games.
Okay, so you want all generations, like I
Yeah.
just said, for Xbox.
Yeah, like I want like the OG Crash Bandicoot, not the remastered.
And that's good because it just goes to show you that, people are willing to pay for older games. Remasters, I don't say count as getting the old game
Not
because
really.
nothing really compares to the old game. Like so far Battlefront 2, the newer one, is nothing like the original Battlefront 2. And I'm talking about Star Wars here. So Star Wars Battlefront 2, the original, I can play for days. This new one, I'm kind of getting used to it. It's kind of like Battlefield in a way. It's the same makers, DICE and all that. So there's that.
DICE is really good with animations and stuff.
War games, that's their bread
so
and butter.
good.
But they need to make a modern Battlefield. I'm going to save that for another podcast because I can go on a
Yes.
tangent with that.
I agree.
So we're going to pass it off to Javier. Tell us what you want on the new Xbox. Get that mic in front of you. Say what's up.
Yo, so for the new Xbox and PS4, I just want crossplay. Because I want to prove to PlayStation people that I'm just better.
Oof. The tension on that side
at
of the room.
everything.
We're about to have a civil war in the room.
This is our Captain America Civil War. It's going to happen.
I'm Iron Man, though, so
Oh yeah, it's gonna be Endgame.
Oof.
I die, yeah.
We're in the end game now.
I'm gonna
Oh,
snap.
wait.
I'm gonna snap, and you're all done.
Yeah, major spoilers. So,
Spoiler:
Title.
Batman dies.
no one heard that. But to answer your thing about cross-platform, the Nintendo Switch and Xbox have been rumored to play together nicely, I assume.
Yeah, but it's like games that I don't play. Like I know for example, they did Rocket League on
Yeah.
that. I'm sorry, I got like gas and I'm, like burping. But yeah, they did it with like Rocket League and everything like that. And PlayStation, for some reason, PlayStation is not saying that they want to allow this to happen, which I don't agree with at all. But also, like, you don't even have to have like a whole network just to do it. Just have like a couple of weekends where you do it a year. just to say, hey, my guys are better than y'all's.
It's like a national gaming day or something
Yeah.
like that, where it's just like, hey, everyone gets together, everyone plays, because like that would add more, like I wouldn't say validity, but like I don't know, not I guess hype. Is that what you want to call it? Where it's like, oh my gosh, it's like the one day or the one weekend a year where everybody comes together and they play games.
No matter what system.
Yeah, and it's just all for one. You know,
One
it's,
for
we're
all.
all here for a reason because we like video games, and that's
Yeah.
like kind of the overarching theme of video games. But another feature I would like on the new next gen console for Xbox is a way to kind of, I wouldn't say trial games through other people, but Mixer has been already kind of doing this where streamers can allow certain people
Yeah, I was about
to
to say, don't they have that already?
to
It's
kind
just
of, but it's
so-
very weird. It's only on select games, but it's kind of like a promise that they said whenever they released the first Xbox One, where they
and
were
never
like,
followed up on.
yeah, where they were kind of like, oh, you're going to be able to jump into someone's game like through party chat or something and help them beat a level or something like that. Mixer has done this, and I kind of tested it out with, I think it was DayZ or something. But I noticed that the lag between whenever I would move my controller and when the character would move, it's very like it's noticeable. So like I move one way, it's a second delay, and then the guy moves. But that's expected because like they really don't know what they're doing here with that just yet. And I don't think that this console has that power. Maybe a One X does, because I don't have a One X. I have a regular Day One edition Xbox One. Yeah,
Yeah, I still got my day one too, because I'm a day one boy.
that's just it. I remember that day.
You gotta hold it down for your day one.
Exactly. So something like that where I can jump into someone's game to play and like maybe test out a game, maybe help them with something they are not too sure with. Because I like streaming, but like I want to be more involved. That's my thing.
You know what I'm saying? What I want in the next gen consoles is not really the consoles, more or less the game developers. I don't want DLC anymore.
You want everything to be
I want
included.
everything to be there. I don't want you guys to break up my game anymore. I'm tired of that. I'm tired of spending $100 for the whole game. The whole game.
Yeah, because you spend your $60 and then it's like say $40, $30 for DLC. You're dividing your player base. That's what you're doing essentially.
I have mixed feelings of what you guys just said. I mean, like, I'm all for DLCs. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But like, if you want to change the game, add it. Don't delete something to replace it.
Yeah.
I feel like you should just add stuff. Like for instance, like we all know Call of Duty has DLCs. Like we have zombie maps, we have multiplayer maps. All right, that's good.
But like
They should all be free. Don't get me wrong. But excuse me. But if like Blackout, for example, this really bothered me when they updated the map completely and it changed everything. If you don't know, in Blackout, the new specialist character named Spectre, he put C4s all over the dam, blew it up, and now half the map is flooded. And that changed the whole playstyle of everything.
That sounds like what Fortnite does with their map. They like
It-
blow up certain parts of the map and just replace it.
It's so bad. It's so annoying.
It's like they're following in their footsteps.
Yeah, it's so annoying. It's like it didn't change like one section of the map, it changed the whole map completely.
Oh, wow.
So it's like half the map is flooded.
See, that's where you're kind of walking on thin ice because there's some people who want that change. Like, they don't want to stay on the same map. Because I know with Apex Legends, I play that a lot. And it just, I'm tired of that single map. Like, I want another one. I want more characters. And I want the game, I'm sounding very spoiled here, but like, I just want something new. Because the game came out in February, if I'm not mistaken, around that time. When we started Game Break, obviously. So whenever we started Game Break, you know, it's been the same essentially. Maybe one hero and another gun came
I
out
think
since
there's
then.
like 2 heroes and another gun that came out since then.
Yeah, and it's like I want this game to thrive, and you'll only thrive if you release new content and keep players like involved. Because like I haven't picked up Apex in a month or two.
I'm not a big fan of Apex. Never really was.
Yeah,
wasn't really a big fan of it either.
it's an acquired taste for sure, and I just like it because I played Titanfall 1, didn't play 2. I heard that was a really good shooter. I heard it was very good, and I gotta go check it out.
Titanfall 2 was better than the first one, I think.
I gotta go check it
I
out.
had the second one. I got it for like $5. It was like dirt cheap.
Maybe
think so.
over the summer, whenever I'm not doing anything, I'll just pick it up and give it a few weeks.
The game for free for like a weekend or something like that when it dropped. And it was like really tight and
For-
everything like that as well. But
for,
I just never bought it.
They had a developer deal where like all Titanfalls and like that developer who like made those games actually had a deal where it was like I think 50 to like 75% off. And I got Titanfall 2 for like $6. Titanfall 1 and like all that were like $15.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah, like they were
It's a
like,
nice little bundle.
they were really good for what it was.
That's dope. So, do you have another thing you want on the new PlayStation? Because I know there's a lot of needs and wants. Is there something else you would want to see on that console?
So you know we have like virtual reality and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They should go further with that
Yeah.
and have like these accessories. Like, let's say you're playing a shooter game. It would be cool though if you have like a vest that goes along with it, and every time you get shot, you actually like feel like pressure
That
on that area.
I
don't know
think
if that would be a
someone
good
I
idea.
think someone did that. I want to say someone did. Like, but it's not a PlayStation thing. Like, it's like its own arcade system type deal. VR, I feel it's very good to use. Xbox hasn't explored that, and that's something I do want on the new Xbox. I'm willing to try it. I
love
personally,
VR.
I just want to play VR chat. You ever see those videos? VR
Dude,
chat?
no way.
Oh, dude, don't even. I'd sit in VR chat the whole weekend. I'd be sitting there in my chair, just like half dead brain, just sitting there playing with Ugandan knuckles and doing shit. You know, all those anime girls.
But I also feel like that VR would be like good for like an arcade type thing.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Like, I wouldn't want that at my house though. I don't know why I'm like crying either. I'm like tearing up a child. She's probably
You're crying up because video games are so emotional for you. So emotional. But VR, I feel, is the future of video games. You know, it's
definitely going to be the future. Do you think what's going to happen is
He was
that
like-
movie?
Ready Player One.
Not Ready Player One. Though.
Or the one where it's like, if you die in the game, you die in
Yeah,
real
real
life.
life,
Oh,
yeah.
no.
No.
where like the prisoners were like Call of Duty soldiers,
Yeah.
and like they upgraded them and everything like that as well.
that's illegal.
Nah, you know, who knows?
Hey,
We
man.
might be in a weird future where
Listen,
people
listen,
don't care.
The weird future.
We are.
Listen.
Yes.
If they sign a contract saying that you already got life,
Yeah.
you could get out in 10 years if you make it. Fuck it, I take those chances.
No one reads the terms of service. People just agree and just like, all right, let's go. Let's just get into this game. Jump right into it. But to get back to VR, I feel like that's a part of the gaming world where it's so new. He just dropped that cap again. It's so new and it's so no one really knows what to do with it yet. I mean, there's been Batman VR, there was a Star Wars VR thing, and like those were very like what you expect as the first games on VR to be, which is just like hand controls and nothing really too intense.
Yeah, but like VR, like remember when the Kinect first came out?
Yeah.
That's kind of like VR right, when you say, but it's just without the hit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see it going any further than that though, because like the Kinect's been out for how long now?
Yeah, no one really
Yeah.
uses Kinect. I unplugged mine and I sold it back to GameStop for like $5.
But like, didn't like the Kinect fail?
The Kinect did fail.
That's what I'm saying.
They bundled it with an Xbox One Day One edition, and I know.
Nobody bought it.
Well, I bought the Day One, but I had the Kinect with it. I plugged it in, and I thought it was a cool gimmick for like the first couple months where, like, you can control the screen by swiping your hand. It didn't work as much, especially in a dark room. You had to be like well lit and like you clear motions.
Oh yeah, well,
Yeah, so lit. But, you know, it was just like a gimmick to start. And then I just sold it back to GameStop because I was like, I don't use this, and none of the games I play like use this aspect of the console. It's more of just like a little party trick I would have if like friends come over, like, look what I can do with my Xbox and whatever. But you know,
And it's much easier to just do it with a controller, right?
yeah, it's like I just turn on my console. I'm gonna be a normal person. That's all I'm gonna be. But you know what? I think that about does it here for the Get Comfy Game Break. I hope y'all enjoyed. Remember, we upload here on YouTube, Spotify, iTunes, Podbean, the whole shebang, every Friday morning, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And if you like what we do here, go check out the original Get Comfy podcast, which uploads every Sunday morning at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on the dot. And go check out Get Comfy on the Throne, which comes out every Saturday morning, 10 a.m. That same 10 a.m. time slot. We love it, don't we?
Oh yeah.
And you know what? We will see you guys next time.
See you.